Hey guys, what is going on? Hope you guys all had a pretty good day yesterday. Didn't do a video just because it was a 4 game slate and just so much I can really talk about. But as normal, hopefully you guys did good. Yeah, it was kind of a weird night last night. It was kind of trash, to be honest. We did pull through in 50-50s, but it was a hard one. It really was. As you see, they barely won in the 50-50s. But hey, like I say, money is money. If I barely win by point one or if I win by 30, it's still the same. So, like I said, I'll definitely take that. So, yeah, we had Walker and Smith. Both of them did very, very well. I had Middleton at only 8% ownership, which was, a key because he had 39 points. Booker, he kind of sucked. Michael Kidd, he kind of got hurt, so he didn't really play the second half a lot. Batum, he just completely sucked. Morris, Jefferson. I mean, it was a bad night. Power forward was trash if you didn't have Marvin Williams. And then I had Jurasov Nurkic. So overall, barely cash, but like I said, it is a W. It was a really bad night last night. So hopefully you guys won as well. Would love to have you guys join us for premium lineups. Like I said, if you guys do join, I do recommend playing double ups and 50-50s and head-to-heads. It's the easiest way to win some money. And even if you don't join, if you're just playing and listening to me talk and, you put in some of my picks, the best way is just to play some double ups and stuff like that. It's not the fastest way to, make your money, but like I said, tournaments on Fanduel are anywhere from 18 to 20% cash, which is pretty dang hard. And then obviously double up is 43 to 44%, and then 50-50s is obviously 50%. So don't always try to go for the home run. It's not going to work all the time. Like I said, maybe play 1 or 2 tournaments and mix in a lot of cash games. I usually go like 70-30 or sometimes 80-20 on my cash, depending on how I feel. So, yeah, anyway, like I said, we'd love to have you guys on board as normal. Check out our website in the comment section to get in. We'd love to have you guys join us. And as normal, if you want to hit us up, have any questions, hit us up on our Twitter in the comment section below. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like I said, I'll take the win. It was close, but I'll take it. Today should be an interesting one. We got a couple injuries to look at. Obviously, Westbrook is out, so that's a major right there. Kawhi Leonard, we don't know if he's going to play or not. Plus, it's a late game, so we probably won't know. Jimmy Butler, same thing. Don't know if he's going to play. So, yeah, we got 3 very, very key injuries there to look at. Oh, and also Hassan Whiteside. So, should be an interesting slate. That's why, as you see, the 4 I mentioned don't have any totals on them yet because of the injuries. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, let's get into it. Let's see what we can get here for you. All right, first game, Cleveland, OKC. So Westbrook is out in this one. Probably like a 217, 218 total in this one. And the obvious guy right here is Dennis Schroeder. If you remember in the beginning of the year when Westbrook was out, Schroeder went off. So put that dude in there again. I think he's in a pretty good spot. Paul George, put him in there. Very expensive, but I think he's in a good spot. Don't mind Grant if you need a guy that gets you 23 to 24. That's up to you. And then I really don't mind Steven Adams. As I told you in the beginning of the year, I picked him quite a bit just because of Westbrook being out, and his usage definitely goes up with no Westbrook. So I expect him to be around 35 to 40. I like him. I really do. I think he's in a good spot. You can also look at Tristan Thompson. Surprisingly, Adams isn't as good as defensive player this year. Thompson gets a plus 6.5 boost there, so you can definitely look at him. He's one of those guys that's going to get you 25, 26, or he might go off for 30, 35. We'll have to see. As you see, the rest of the Cleveland team has all negatives for DVP, and he has a big plus there. So Schroeder has a negative, but like I said, he's picking up some usage, so this doesn't really scare me at all. He's going to get you 30 to 34, 35 in this one. So, yeah, that's going to be one of the games you're going to have to pick up on just because, as we know, Westbrook has so much usage that's going to be left on the table that you're kind of forced to play some of these guys. So Adams, Paul George, obviously Dennis Schroeder, and then you can look at Tristan Thompson as well. So, yeah, pick and choose who you want in that one. Like I said, a lot of usage to go around with no Westbrook. All right, moving on, Detroit and Orlando. We got a 2-11 in Detroit by 1. Interesting one here as well. Could be definitely a lot slower game. Let's go look at the DVPs. Nothing that really stands out. Everyone's kind of even. Griffin has a -6, so that's not going to help him a lot. I still think he'll get you 45 if you want to go that way. Not the fastest game here. So, I mean, you can look at Drummond if you need it, but probably not going to play anyone from this. Like I said, Drummond and Griffin, they're always good plays. And I think on a slate like tonight, they'll go lower owned. But as we know, these guys can put up massive numbers. So up to you guys, same as Aaron Gordon and Vukovic, low owned. They could put up half-decent numbers as well. So it's just up to you who you want to pick. Evan Fournier can get you 28 to 30 as well. So if you want to pick that game, that's up to you. I just don't see a lot of high ceiling in that one. All right, moving on. We got the Knicks in Atlanta, 220 and New York by 1. So this should be a good one here. Let's go look at the DVPs here for this one. And like I said, both these teams are, for the most part, kind of trash on defense. Frank Ntilikina plus 9.9, Alonzo Tier plus 6.8, Dotson plus 3.3. So, that's looking good. Spellman gets a plus 6.8, but, they don't really play him a lot, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, anyway, you got Ntilikina, Alonzo Tier. Let me go make sure Hardaway is out. Looks like is he going to play here? He did sit out last game. He was available to play. Or did he play there? No, he did not. So we'll have to see what's going on with Tim Hardaway. They said, he was cleared to play last game, didn't play. So if he's in the starting lineup, that hurts Tier a little bit. Dotson still half-decent play. If you want to go Frank Ntilikina, I think he's in a half-decent spot here. $4,900. He's, up and down, as you see, only 16 minutes against Chicago. So he's a GPP play. He has really good DVP rating, but like I said, he is very risky. So maybe 20, 24, or he could be a real dud on you. You can also, as normal, look at Trey Young in this one if you want to go that way. Bembry, maybe 19, 20 off the bench. Kevin Hunter, I think that's his name. I think that's how you say it. He'll be popular. If Prince is out again, maybe you put him in there. He might get you 24, 25, which, I don't think he's a bad play. Did pretty good last night. Kevin Knox is back. I don't know how I feel about him. Vonleh, and not with Knox. You can maybe look at Enes Kanter coming off the bench, but I don't know if I really trust him. But he obviously looks pretty dang good. So, 220 total. I'm going to have to find a couple more in this one. Bazemore is a half-decent guy to get you 28 to 30, nothing more. Like I said, Dotson, Bazemore. Nobody that there's no must-haves in this one, but there's a couple guys, like I said, you can consider. Trey Young as well. So it's up to you. Pick and choose who you want. We'll have to see with the Tim Hardaway. I'm expecting him to play. So, but if he doesn't, obviously it changes this game a little bit. All right, moving on. San Antonio and Miami here. We have no total on this one because of Whiteside. If Whiteside's out, once again, obviously, bam, he's in play. Jumped his price up, but still not in a bad spot. And then also, like I said, if he's out, Kelly Olynyk doesn't get big minutes, but he could be in a half-decent spot. I don't know what they're going to do with center position. Jacob Portal, he hasn't been playing that much. Pau Gasol's been taking a lot of minutes, but Pau Gasol's out, so I don't know what Pop is going to do. Is he going to play Portal, 25, 30 minutes, or is he just going to go, center by committee since Gay's out as well? They're just going to put in, some go big here. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. If for some reason, if we get word Portal is going to play 25, 30 minutes, I think you can definitely look at him. He's kind of a defensive player. He's really not a bad player. He just doesn't get any minutes. So for some reason, if he plays big minutes, I think he can easily get you 24, 25 fantasy points. But that's obviously if you're really, really desperate at that position. As normal, you can look at Richardson, Winslow, just the normal Miami guys if Whiteside's out. I really don't mind DeRozan in this one. Like I said, Rudy Gay is out. So, that takes a little bit of usage away. So, yeah, you can definitely look at DeRozan. I don't know if I really want to touch Cunningham or David Bertis. They played last time with no Rudy Gay, and they didn't do anything. So, Yeah, like I said, look at DeRozan. You can look at Mr. Aldridge if you want. You can look at Dragic. Probably not the highest total, probably 2-9, 210. We'll have to see. But still, there's a couple plays in here that I really don't mind. And I'll probably play one or two in this one. All right, moving on. Good one. Chicago and New Orleans. New Orleans by 10, 230 total. I personally think Chicago can can't stay in this game. As we know, New Orleans, they're struggling a little bit. If Peyton's out again, obviously go Drew Holiday. Levine has a relatively hard matchup with Holiday. He is a pretty good defender, but still, I think Levine can put up at least 40, 45 in this one. Had a monster game last time out. Justin Holiday, I don't mind him for 25 to 30. This dude plays monster minutes. He played 46 minutes last game. So he's going to be out there most of the let's go look at the DVPs here. So like I said, Levine gets a little bit of a negative. I'm pretty sure Drew Holiday is going to be on him. So like I said, that hurts him just a little bit, but still I think he's in play. Parker gets a little bit of a boost. This dude's 6,800. I don't think he's worth it. You can look at Wendell Carter. I love Mirotic, kind of in a revenge game against Chicago. And then you can definitely look at 80 if you want him. So, yeah, 230 total. I do think Chicago will give them, we'll fight. And Randall, he's in a very, 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 very good spot as well. Yes, I said that a lot, but I love Randall, by the way. Anyway, yeah, like I said, just Randall, Davis, Wendell Carter, Nikola Mirotic in this one, Levine and Drew Holiday, and also Justin Holiday. Like I said, Levine has a little hard matchup going up against Drew. He is a pretty good defender, but one of those games I think a lot of people are in play in this one. All right, moving on. Philly and Indiana, 216 in Indiana, only by 2. Let's go look at the DVP for this one. Let me go see where that is. All right, I missed it. There it is. All right, so Simmons has a negative 3.8 there. Joel Embiid a negative 6.5. I still think he's in a half decent spot. As you see, Pacers aren't bad against center, but I still think Joel Embiid could be in a good spot. Is he a must-have? No, I think you could punt your position. It's not really punting, but you can go with Bam. If you need to go Randall, like I said, I think he's in a good spot. Joel Embiid, he's really dang expensive tonight, and I don't expect his ownership to be high, so you can always look at him if you want to. Let me see here. Covington's game time decision. I don't know what's going on with Chandler, so that might help out Dario a little bit. He's been trash, but maybe it helps him out a little bit. Covington's been struggling quite a bit last couple games. Sabonis and Young are both in pretty good spots, so up to you who you want in that one. I don't mind both of them. You can look at Victor Oladipo. I don't think this is a high upside game, 42-45. So if you're looking for cash, maybe go that way. You can always look at Redick if you need to. And then, like I said, Simmons, I don't know if I really need him here tonight. He's been up and down as well. So one of those games that maybe one or two, a total may rise to 217, 218. Yes, it's kind of an interesting one here. Indiana, pretty good defense. I think for sure Sabonis really sticks out to me in this one. Dario could be an interesting GPP play only if Covington's out. Yes, I know he's been complete trash, but, with Covington out, maybe that helps Dario get a couple more minutes. For the most part, no real favorite. Like I said, there's a couple you can pick, but there's no real favorite that I'm really looking at. So that's up to you on that game there. All right, moving on. Denver in Memphis, only a 2-4 in Memphis. Sorry, Denver by 3 in this one. That's interesting. Only by 3. We'll have to see. Anyway, Mac's going to play. I think he's still in a good spot to get you 25, 26. Price went up, but I still think he's in a half-decent spot. Murray just went off against against Boston, and I don't know if you guys saw what happened. Tried to get 50 points there at the buzzer beater, but missed it. Kyrie Irving got pissed off and threw the ball up in the stands, so Murray couldn't have the ball, and he got fined $25,000 for it. So it was kind of funny at the end. But anyway, it's up to you if you want to go that way. It's only a 204 total, but we said the same thing about that Boston game, but I do expect Denver to, to blow them out. Yes, Memphis has been playing a little better. They kept up with Golden State for most of the game. They did get beat by Phoenix, but who knows? They might keep it a little close. For the most part, there's just nothing going on here. Nobody has any upside defensively. So personally, probably not going to pick anyone. I mean, you can look at Jokic, but I mean, just look at that. Everything's negative for the most part. Craig, he's not really reliable on offense. So probably not going to pick anyone. Not the high total that I'm looking for in this one. All right, moving on. Dallas and Utah. I expect actually a half decent game here. Like I said, Mitchell should play. So that shouldn't be too bad there. That hurts Rubio a little bit. Joe Ingles is a game-time decision, so if he doesn't play, that helps out Crowder and Royce O'Neal. Mitchell, like I said, he will play in this one. You can look at Luka Doncic if you want to. Price came down just a little bit. As I told you last time, Lowry, I liked him against Utah. Rubio sucks at defending, and he still did half decent. So Dennis Smith, he looked pretty good last night. We'll have to see how his ratings are looking like because he's such an up and down player. But we'll have to see. But you can definitely look at him here. Don't mind DeAndre Jordan if you want to go that way. Rudy, his price is up there, but he hasn't really been doing it too much recently. Same as DeAndre, they're struggling quite a bit. Last time they faced him, though, he had 49 fantasy points, so this is a rematch. So I really don't mind this game. Like I said, usually don't want to target Utah, but I think this could be kind of a fun game to look at here. So, I really don't mind it. Rubio only negative 0.7. I don't mind Mitchell if he's fully healthy and ready to go. I think he can get you 37 to 40 at very low ownership. As you see there, Rudy a plus 8.4 and DeAndre a plus 8 DVP. So that's up to you guys. If you think they're going to have a good rematch like they did before, that is up to you. But both these guys are struggling recently, so kind of taking a shot with them just because they're struggling. But both of them, as we know, have pretty good upside. All right, moving on. So like I said, that's a half decent game. Moving on, Toronto and Sac. Toronto should annihilate these guys. Yes, I know Sacramento's been playing good, but they were playing really bad teams. Now they're getting into the good teams here. Got annihilated by Milwaukee. Toronto's definitely a little better. So we'll have to see. This should be a straight annihilation. I don't think we'll get any word on Kawhi Leonard before tip. I think he'll probably try and test it out. I wouldn't be surprised if he sat again just because I don't think they need him in this game. I think they should, blow him out. Maybe if it was a Golden State game, that he might push it. But like I said, I don't know his injury. I don't know what he's feeling. So anyway, if we're going to go if Kawhi is out, Lowry once again, I think get you 45 to 50 in this one. You can also look at, like I said, Serge Ibaka, Pascal Siakam, only if Kawhi is out. And maybe Jonas Valanciunas as normal, 28 to 30 fantasy points. Let's go look at the DVP here. Not much going on for the Sacramento side, all in the negative, just barely, but all in the negative. Then a plus 4.2 for Jonas in this one. You can look at Willie, maybe look at De'Aaron Fox, but for the most part, not really into it. But, I do like Lowry and then Siakam if Kawhi is out. Like I said, if we get word for some reason that Kawhi is playing, you can still look at Lowry. I still think he's going to be very, generous with the ball. So I think even if Kawhi Leonard does play, I think Lowry is probably the only one I'll pick in this one. Siakam definitely is gone with if Kawhi plays. So not the craziest game, probably like a 223, 224, and like a 12 or 13 spread, depending on Kawhi. So that's up to you on that one there. And then the game that a lot of people are going to target, Minnesota and LA, it should be at least a 230, 235 total. And should be like a 3 or 4 spread. One of those games should be a good one here, depending on what's going on with Mr. Jimmy Butler. Obviously, he's having some conditioning issues right now because he didn't play preseason. So, as you see here, indicated that he's unsure if he'll play Wednesday against the Lakers. I'm still taking in how we just lost. Butler said after Monday's defeat at the hands of the Clippers. I'm not even worried about tomorrow or the day after that. So obviously he's pouting a little bit here as we see. I mean, just look at his trends. He's sitting every other game. Sat, played. So who knows if the trend continues? Looks like he should sit in this one. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Same thing with Kawhi Leonard. If Butler sits, obviously Rose is going to be 60, 70% owned. This dude should do good. He really should do good. Obviously, when Butler's out, he is dynamite. Like I said, injured against Portland, came back at the Clippers, played 34 minutes. So this dude's going to play 30-plus minutes in this game in a very good matchup. Just put him in there. I think he's in a very good spot to get you 35 or 40 with no Butler. Josh Okogie, I think you can look at him. Struggling recently, but I can see a solid 24 to 26 in this one from him. Because, he's kind of a rebound guy, and as we know, Lakers do push the ball, and, the faster you push it, the more opportunities for rebounds. So I don't mind him. I think it gets you, like I said, 24 to 26. I really don't mind LeBron if he is at that power forward position, which I think that's where they put him. He'll probably have Gibson on him a little bit. Probably not. They'll probably put Wiggins on him. Gibson stands no chance. But still, LeBron's LeBron. He's probably my favorite expensive guy on the slate if you have to spend up. Really don't mind Wiggins. I think he's a solid dude to get you 30 to 33 points. Probably nothing more than that, but a solid $6,400. For the most part, plays pretty good minutes. Obviously, if Butler's out, that will help him just a little bit. And then moving on, you got Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. Both those guys are in pretty good spots. Kuzma's at $6,300 here. Had one bad game, but for the most part, not looking too bad. Obviously, he relies on his shooting, and Minnesota's not the greatest defensive team, so I don't mind him. I don't think he has high upside, but, if you're looking for 30, 34 in cash games, I think he's in a good spot. And then you got Cat. I really like him here. If Jimmy Butler's out, once again, he always does better with Butler being out, so you can definitely look at him. JaVale McGee, it's over. It's over, to be honest with you. They're signing Tyson Chandler. They already signed him. I think it's done for McGee. I don't think he's going to put up monster numbers. But, I mean, the good thing about him, though, is if he only plays 19, 20 minutes, he can still get you 25, 30 fantasy points. But at $7,500, that's going to have to drop at least 1,000, maybe 1,500 before I can play him once again. So, yeah, just one of those games. A lot of people are going to have this game, so just pick and choose who you want in this one. So the games I'm really looking at is Minnesota and LA, a couple from that Dallas game. Chicago and New Orleans, one or two maybe from that Atlanta game, and then one or two from OKC, and maybe one, maybe two, depending on Hassan Whiteside's news there. So let's go try and get you guys a lineup here. Well, not a lineup. I'm just going to plug in a couple guys that I like. So we're going to plug in Mr. D Rose. Point guard really not that good, so we'll have to see, like I said, with the news. Let me see here. I really like Dennis Schroeder. I think, he'll be popular, but he's in a good spot with a lot more usage. Let me see here. All right, there we go. Thought I clicked on him. I guess I didn't. And then in this area, Drew Holiday, you can look at DeRozan if you need it. If Jimmy Butler plays, I know I didn't even mention that, but if he plays, I think he's an okay play for 30, maybe 37, 39, but I don't see huge upside for him. So Drew Holiday, I think Mitchell could be a good play to get you 38 to 40 at very low ownership. Also, you can look at Luka Doncic if you need him. And then maybe some Justin Holiday since he plays massive minutes. Josh Okogie, maybe 24 to 26 from him in that one there. Let's go look at small forward here. I really like LeBron. I really love Paul George. If you can plug both those dudes in there, I think that's the way to go. In a GPP, if you can't, I think Paul George, honestly, over LeBron. But, man, they're both pretty good spots. And then, I mean, if you can't afford them, Josh Richardson, Nikola Mirotic, I like both of those guys. Wiggins is sitting there as well. Winslow. A lot of small forwards pretty stacked tonight. I do like that area. And then power forward, if you want Davis, that's up to you. easy matchup against Chicago, easy 50, 55 if he's healthy. I really don't mind Wendell Carter if you want to go that way. Sabonis doesn't play big minutes, but always gets you 30 plus. That's kind of what I'm looking at there. You can look at Taj Gibson. I totally forgot to mention him. Most people probably won't play him, but if you go look at him recently, he's been pretty hot actually. At only $4,900, 27 and 36 in his last two, almost a double-double. Shoot, why not put him in there if you're getting exposure to a pretty good game out there west. And then that center position, let me go look at it. Towns is the clear favorite for me. And then Steven Adams is my mid-range guy for sure. Love Randall, as I said, those three. And then Bam if you need him as well. So, like I said, I targeted quite a bit of people there for you. Hopefully you plug those guys in there. My last video, almost all my guys were on spot. So hopefully you guys are putting some of these guys in your lineup. So, that is it. Like I said, it was a W for us last night. Barely won in 50-50s, but hey, like I said, a W is a W. We'd love to have you guys join us. $50 a month or $350 for the season, including playoffs as well. To get in, check out our website in the comment section and hit us up on Twitter as well if you have any questions. So that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As normal, leave a like. I definitely do appreciate it. And if you are new here, definitely hit that sub button for more NBA FanDuel advice videos. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Like I said, doing this early in the morning. So as I mentioned, there's 3 or 4 injuries to look at. So definitely keep that in mind. All righty, guys. See you guys a little bit later.